All right. I'm just trying to get the show set up, folks. Happy Saturday to everybody. Every week I always forget where I want to sit the mic at. Just give me a second. Want it under me? No, because I got to be able to type. I shouldn't have to type anything. So yeah, we'll just do it like this. Sorry. So silly. All right, this way. Yeah, getting the mic set up is always one of the first steps. So it's like, what's comfortable for you? Do you want the mic above you or below you? I want to get close to the mic though. So I think having it right here is good, where the mic is really close. Sorry if you hearing mic booms. This is just me setting up, making sure everything sounds good. So we're waiting for Elbow to join the Discord. Then we'll start. Hopefully he's here at 8 a.m. That is the time that he says, he's able to get on. So he got 8 minutes. All right, anyway, let me get the thumbnail set up. So I made a thumbnail. Let's go ahead and get that thumbnail on there. If you're joining in live to chit chat, I just want to say good morning to you guys. If I have my good morning sleepy sounding voice on, I have not had a coffee yet. I'm sorry. But if you're just here and you're like, what is this? Well, let me tell you what this is. This is a podcast. So every Saturday morning, me and my best friend, we do a podcast called Talking in Teacups, where we talk about the latest video games and nerd entertainment news that we can find. And we do some other fun stuff, like we do a little mini game where he has to guess like a movie, some kind of trivia basically, or I'll do a AI image of a movie or of a video game, and he has to read through that AI filter to see, oh, okay, I know what this is. This is Men in Black. And if you excuse me for just a second, my cat is trying to get in the door. Hold on. I mean, just come on, little buddy. Just all on the door, scratching it, everything, trying to just burst through. Crazy stuff right there. It's super unnecessary for my cat to be like that. Well, why are you like this? Why? I just want to have the door closed so there's no sound escaping. Alright, got the door closed. Got the cat inside. Will they stay inside? That is the true question. Now, thumbnail. What was I using for the thumbnail? Ah, yes, I remember. And if you hear my keys clickety clacking, that's on purpose. Got that keyboard that does that. I like it. I like the sounds. Oh. Wild elbow has appeared. Oh, I forgot to put my headphones on. Where are my headphones?
So, recently...
My kid took my headphones, of course. Damn, did he break them?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, headphones are in. Say something, Elbow.
Yellow.
Alright. Got here 7:55. Good stuff. I'm just getting the channel update set up. I'm ready basically. Just give me 60 more seconds roughly.
Right.
How you feeling this morning? You sleepy, groggy, or you up?
Man, I'm good.
That's what's up. I decided yesterday to hit you up so that way it wouldn't be a big surprise again. I was like, maybe he just needs more of a what's the word? Like a heads up, an advance. Like, yo, let me know. Cause I haven't been.
Yeah, no, I was ready.
Okay, I haven't been able to take no days off from the other podcast, Frog Pod. So I'm like, you don't get no days off either. You no get no days off either. It's time for you. Talking in Teacups. No days off.
I'm ready. Prepared.
Yeah, I think everything's ready on my end too. All right, let me get OBS pulled back up. And we are going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ahoy, Maloy, mateys. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday morning. It is time for Talking in Teacups, the serious topic show with not so serious people. Here are the not so serious people. You have myself, Decipher. Then you also have the incredible, the great, the humble, but he still knows he's great, Elbow. Elbow, you could say something. That's your introduction.
Dead air.
Oh, gosh. Well, Elbow and Dead Air, it's good to be here with you all today.
Oh, it's great to be here with y'all today.
That's right. And if you didn't know, you can find us and follow us and just check us out on so many different places. Some of those places being Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Threads, and TikTok. All at Cypher's Pit Gaming. And if you want to support the channel, and that's a lie because Twitch is on there, but not on this list, but Twitch is at Decipher. And if you want to support the channel, you know, buy us a coffee or whatnot, you can go to patreon.com/Cypher's Pit Gaming. We have some lovely tiers and we'd appreciate the support. We also have a website, cypherspit.com. And if you can't do any of those things, hey, look, that's fine. You can just watch for free here on YouTube. We do a live podcast every Saturday morning, no days off. And then we just upload those older episode clips throughout the week. That's just what we've been doing. So if you didn't know, it's time for a baker's dozen. Sometimes stale, sometimes fresh out the oven. You can't go wrong with a baker's dozen. It's growing on you now, right?
I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I think I still hate it.
It's better than last week. Last week it was an outright burst of disgust and vitriol. This one was like, okay. If you get that landing right, then maybe I can be on board. But speaking of people being on board, Bethesda Game Studios workers have unionized. So, in a move that'll even make the Brotherhood of Steel applaud, over 200 Bethesda Game Studios developers have unionized under the CWA. That's the Communications Workers of America. So there's like 240 artists, engineers, and designers. They've decided, look, they had enough of the grind, and they're going to sign those cards that say, we are part of a union. And you know who owns Bethesda is Microsoft. So Microsoft say, hey, look, that's cool for now. We ain't going to union bust you. So Microsoft has allowed it. So no more dealing with the dragons alone. They're going to have the power of collective bargaining. So if they want to raise, they're going to be able to get it. Microsoft is kind of staying quiet to see what's going to happen. But this is a good win. A big win for game developers and just, you know, the games industry as a whole. How about that?
I agree. So I'm all for unions when they protect the people. Sometimes they grow too big and they stop, being useful for the individual. But I'm for unions.
Yeah, I feel like that's true, and I want to say some unions. I'll keep it vague. Some unions in the medical field definitely have forgotten about the little people below them. Hint, hint. But they got too big. But speaking of people getting too big for their britches, EA got way too big for their britches because apparently 2.2 million people were willing to pay the extra $100. Sorry for my watch. Pay the extra $100 to play College Football 25 3 days early. So now EA and other companies like Ubisoft and those are only two I can think of off of my head. They know that they can capitalize on FOMO. So basically, there was multiple editions of the EA Sports College Football game. Obviously, it started at $70, but for that $30 more, so $100, you could play the game 3 days before its official release. And they are clearly buying it. At least 2.2 million people bought it. So that's going to show EA and the shareholders like, damn, we can get an extra $30 a Wopski from people trying to play early. So, I don't really like where that's going.
The only thing I can say to this is when they do stuff like this, don't pay them. Don't pay them. Wait the 3 days. They'll know, they're not going to do that, and then they won't try to screw us because this is going to end up screwing us in the end.
It is, and it was also 2 weeks ago we talked about this. This might have been actually more than 2 weeks ago. Square Enix did with the Life is Strange It's either DLC or full game. So Life is Strange is like one of those games that people will throw up on YouTube and spoil it. So people kind of felt forced to pay for that edition of the game to get it early so that they wouldn't get the story spoiled for them. So yeah, it's not just EA doing it. It's not just whoever else I just mentioned. It's Square Enix is
So
doing
I'm
it
fine
too.
with that. So I'm fine with streamers doing games. You got to know if you're watching a stream of a story-based game like that, you might be spoiled. So that's on them, kind of.
No, but they're doing it before the game's official launch. It's like, all right, yesterday or 2 days ago, I get my days mixed up. Basically Wednesday. No, Thursday I think it was. Yeah, Thursday I saw Deadpool early. It's not fair for me to then go out and spoil that movie for you guys before the official
It's
release date.
it's not. But if I'm going to turn on your Deadpool review, I have to know that you're going to talk about Deadpool. Like, if you don't want to know anything about Life is Strange, then don't watch a video about Life is Strange.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess that's a solid defense. And speaking of solid defenses, Microsoft is defending Xbox Game Pass because they had a price hike, and the FTC is like, oh, hold on there, Crody, what are you doing? So Microsoft has recently announced that they have a price hike for all the different Game Pass tiers because they also have Game Pass tiers, and fans have been backlashing, and the FTC is like, yo, what are you doing? So the FTC is saying Microsoft is trying to now downgrade its service, and Microsoft is like, yo, no, that's not us. They basically said, Microsoft said that this new Game Pass standard is not a worse version of the old Game Pass for console, because the old Game Pass for console didn't standard, or core I think it was called, didn't even include multiplayer. So now they're adding multiplayer, and they said they have a new Game Pass standard that's going to bundle everything together, offering you, quote unquote, more bang for your buck despite the higher price. So also Ultimate, that's another tier. Game Pass Ultimate is going to be $19.99 per month versus $17.99 per month. Or sorry, $16.99 per month. So that went up.
So I don't be trusting crap like this. It's just sketchy when they start messing with tiers, and it's sketchy.
Yeah, and they tried to say the FTC shouldn't even be in their business because you aren't focusing on market competition, which is what they're supposed to focus on. You're focusing on price changes. And Microsoft said that everybody tweaks their price when there's different service offerings, and there's no evidence that we are stifling PlayStation or stifling PlayStation and Nintendo because that's their competition. Because the FTC is supposed to just make sure that they don't become a what's the word? Monopoly. And it's like, we're not becoming a monopoly. We're just changing our prices. You're all in our business. This is America. We can be capitalist. That's Microsoft's defense.
I don't agree with what they're doing, but I totally agree with what they're saying right here.
I mean, that's fair. It's like you can see it from both angles. It's like, I mean, you're a piece of ish, but it's still legal. Ethical, but not, no, what is it? Legal, but not ethical. So it's legal, but not ethical.
If I like, I just feel like it's not their jurisdiction to police how much I'm charging for my stuff. They just have to police that I'm not doing anything illegal. I totally agree with that. That does not mean that what they're doing is right.
Yeah. It falls in that morally gray area, but now that they got Call of Duty, they're unstoppable, which is what the FTC was trying to avoid the first time. Like, we don't need y'all getting too big for y'all britches and just doing extra. They're like, no, trust us, believe us, we're not doing that. Is that my phone? Sorry, guys. I thought it was my watch. I turned my watch off for nothing. It was my phone. All right. Anyway, speaking of things that are disappointing, Paramount Plus, they had a TV show about a guy in a green spacesuit, and apparently it did not stick to the source material at all. There was a lot more segs in the show than shooting of aliens, and that show is none other than Halo, and Halo's been canceled after just 2 seasons. So Paramount Plus pulled the plug on its live action Halo series after just 2 seasons, with the announcement coming on the heels of season 2's premiere in February. Now Xbox and Amblin Television and 343 Industries, they're scrambling. They out here trying to find a new person to keep that Spartan sex saga alive. If you wanted to see something like that. The show was notorious for having way too much focus on, I think his name is John Spartan, maybe. I think we talked about that's Demolition Man, my bad. Too much
Demolition Man.
Yeah, too much focus on Master Chief with his helmet off, having sex with this other girl. We didn't come for that. We want to see him fight the aliens, the bad guy, the Covenant, the Flood, all of this. Why are you showing us him without his helmet? We don't care about none of that. I haven't watched the show.
And I just say, did you see the response of the studio to fans who said that they don't care about seeing Master Chief without his helmet? Did you see the response?
No, what they say? Something the Witcher's Netflix devs probably said. We don't care what you think. We just want this money.
They said, if you don't care about Master Chief's story in this way, then this show is not for you. Now, I ask you, if you're buying Halo and you're not making it for Halo fans, who the heck are you making it for?
Apparently,
That's
fans
all I
of the
want.
Sci-Fi Network, where it just deviates completely, and it's not even on Sci-Fi Network. It's on Paramount Plus, the streaming service. So, very silly of them to do. The directors and the writers. This is the same thing that, again, I haven't watched the show, but fans said happened with this The Witcher season 2 and up. Because Henry Cavill joined The Witcher because Henry Cavill's a nerd. He's like, oh, I like this stuff. I really enjoyed the books or the games, whichever one he consumed, and I'm all about it. The director slash writer was like, yeah, I don't really care about the source material. This is the story I want to tell. I just got to play with this IP, but I want to tell this story. And Henry Cavill was like, this is kind of deviating from the character of Geralt. And they're like, shut up, just do what I tell you to do. So he left after season 2, and Liam Hemsworth had to come step in. So I don't know why these writers or directors, whoever it is, would just think that they can deviate so far from the material. It's already written. It's like you're here. All you gotta do is just adapt it.
Can I ask, why even buy the IP? If you want to make your own stupid story, just make your own story. Why buy Star Wars to make a show that the reason you buy an IP is because they already have a built-in fan base.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything to get those fans. You just got to keep giving them what they want. If you're not going to give them what they want, why even buy the IP in the first place?
Well, hold on there. It's okay to buy the IP. It's when the writers come in and they deviate a bit too much. And it's okay to have some evolution, because with Star Trek, again, we talked about this before, but with Star Trek 2009, that made me a Star Trek fan, but it did deviate. So we ain't going to sit here and act like J.J. Abrams did not deviate. It did deviate, but sometimes that experiment...
We've already hatched this super far. Like, I always say it's a great movie, but it's not Star Trek. I always say that,
and that's fair, and that's what he, I assume JJ was trying to do with Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Actually, no, not really. He did a remake of A New Hope, and I was okay with that too. So it's okay to buy the IP. It's just the writer slash director, whoever's writing the script really and bringing it to life, has to do either a good adaptation, or if you're going to risk it all and evolve the IP, you have to do a good job. You gotta come correct, basically. And I don't think the Halo directors were trying to evolve it and come correct. They were just, I don't know, wanted to tell their own story.
Yeah, but if you want to tell your own story, then why buy Halo? Just make your own story.
I don't know. That's actually a good question. I don't have the answer to that. But what I do have the answer to is that Ubisoft is now delaying Rainbow Six Mobile and The Division Resurgence. So those games got announced, I feel like 2022. It could have been 2023. But yeah, they're mobile games, by the way. So Ubisoft has delayed the release of both of their mobile games. That's the Rainbow Six Mobile and The Division way past 2025. Well, not way past. It's going to come out in 2025, but after like March. And they're trying to just give the development team more time to optimize them. That announcement got made during Ubisoft's first quarter earnings report. And it's showing that, yeah, they have a $290 million, what's that, bookings? Oh, net bookings. I'm reading it, and I don't even know what that means, so don't even worry about it. But there are some Ubisoft games still coming out this year, so don't even worry about it. You have Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws. So Star Wars Outlaws has a little bit of controversy because people say, oh, you need to delay this game because the graphics don't look as good as that preview. So we know Ubisoft is notorious for having these banging ass E3 previews, Watch Dogs 1, and then the game not being able to deliver. So that's the situation going on. No delays for the console games, but delays for the mobile games.
Okay. I mean, prioritize your console games for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that.
But with the mobile games, going into our next story, a report. 82% of United States gamers made an in-game purchase in freemium titles in 2023. So this report comes from ComScore at Anzu, and it reveals that 82% of American gamers made some kind of purchase in a freemium title last year. It also goes on to say that 62% of adults over 18 play video games, with millennials making up 49%, and Gen Z are 13% of that group. 77% of gamers use multiple platforms, with over a third combining console, PC, and mobile gaming. I don't even count that as gaming anymore. Mobile gaming does exist, but boo. And then US gamers spent 45 billion hours in gaming in 2023. So yeah, duh, people like games.
Yeah, I mean, those premium games will get you. I'll tell you that.
It's the dollar here and there. That's what gets you. If you get a million
Yep.
people to spend $1 and then inflation you go up to $2, it's like, ooh, we're killing them.
Yeah, that's why you get 2 million people to spend $30. That's $60 million you just made to release something early, 3 days early. Get out of here.
Damn. I ain't even do the math, but that is disgusting. Oh God, EA, you just made $1. And the thing is, it's the same exact game. It's not like they got more DLC. They got a special
Stop
limited edition physical item.
paying these people. Stop paying them, please.
Yeah, that y'all, y'all got to vote with y'all wallet. Do a little bit better. But I will say the fans or gamers have voted with their wallets when it comes to some mobile games, because here on iOS, Resident Evil 7 flops hard on mobile, and it sells less than 2,000 iOS units. So the reason why is because the game is only playable on iPhone 15 Pros and Pro Maxes. So not even everybody on iOS can even play the damn game. But yeah, and they were selling it for a full $20. If you got buying a mobile game, $20 is a steep asking price
Yeesh.
for cell phone
A
people.
lot.
Cell phone people
Yeah.
only want to spend about 10, or get it free and then just pay microtransactions like fools. So yeah, that game bombed hard on mobile. And I understand why. Nobody wants to play that type of stuff. Maybe one day we'll be sitting around trying to play games like Death Stranding and Assassin's Creed on cell phone, but not really. People got Game Pass, which we talked about earlier, is becoming a monopoly, so it gets weird trying to pay for it strictly to use only on your phone and not just stream it to your cell phone.
Yeah, that is, oof, that's bad. That's not enough units at all.
No, yeah, it's not. Again, if you have, I don't have an iPhone, I have an Android phone, but if I wanted to play a game on my cell phone, I wouldn't buy it. I would just stream it from my computer or from my whatever, like my console. Anywho, speaking of streaming service Amazon, they are very proud of their show because Fallout has received 16 Emmy nominations. A goddamn. So Walter Goggins, he got an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. Let me see what else. It has a nod for Outstanding Drama Series, and they're going up against Shogun. I heard that was pretty good. Three Body Problem, haven't seen that. The Crown, Slow Horses, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So yeah, shout out to Fallout.
I mean, I've seen Shogun. It was real good.
All right, Shogun. The trailers, that's why that was the one I called out, because I'm like, Shogun be the only one I watch out of that list. Not The Crown, not Slow Horses, not any of that stuff. Just don't know what they are. All right, moving on. So, according to the FBI, the Trump's shooter's last search on his phone was for porn. I guess that's why he
My
missed.
last search on my phone was for porn. I'm watching porn right now while I'm talking to you.
I guess that's why he missed. Even his sperm can't hit their target.
You know, his wrist is usually so firm, but for some reason it was loose that afternoon.
Yeah. I woke up this morning with stir fry all over my bed. I was probably sleepwalking again. Walk, 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 walk. Those are my dad jokes. I see we didn't get a laugh. Topic number 1. How do you feel about Souls-like games?
Souls-like?
Yep.
What does that mean?
So Souls-like games are the ones that Hack and slash. Well, no, not hack and slash because that implies that it's faster. So you're using melee weapons primarily. You have parry, and that's like the main thing that you're doing: slicing, parrying, sometimes blocking. You can think of Elden Ring. As a matter of fact, I actually have a list, so we can run through this list, and you can let me know
It's that
which.
samurai. They have that like samurai one.
Yeah. So here are IGN's top 10 Souls-like games. Let me know if you've heard of them or played them, because some of these I'm like, dang, I thought I knew. Ashen, you heard of that one?
I don't think so. No.
Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin.
Strangers of Paradise. I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one either. I'll just go to the ones I'm sure you have heard of. Lords of Fallen came out last year.
Yep, I heard it was the Fallen.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. What about Wulong
Came out
Fallen?
last year.
Yeah, Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Sorry, Dynasty.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
The Surge.
I don't think I heard of that one.
They have two, Surge 1, Surge 2. That's the one that I like. That's the only Souls-like game that, well, there's another one on this list I like too. I'm skipping Remnant 2.
Remnant I've heard of.
Yeah, Remnant. That one you actually use guns on there. So I guess Souls-like games have a like a hub, and then you restart if you die, and you want to keep re-going and collecting as many, I guess, souls so you can level up your character, because that's how the Surge is. You don't collect souls, but you collect whatever. Lies of P, you heard of that one? We talked about that a little bit, and you saw me play that and get completely trashed. And then Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Is that a Souls-like game?
I haven't played Survivor. I played the first one, Fallen Order, and that is a Souls-like game, because if you die, you start back where you saved at, and then you lose
That's
whatever.
what most games. That's called a checkpoint.
And then you lose whatever. I don't know if he has. It's been a while since I played the Force Points, because that's how you upgrade yourself. So if you want to keep your Force Points, you gotta save. Well, listen, if you want to keep your Force Points, you gotta go and save. But when you save, the enemies respawn back. So you have a gambling risk of, I can clear out all these enemies and then they'll stay dead. But if I die that one time by accident, I lose all that, like, not progress per se, but all that experience points. That's what I should have said, experience points. So as far as Souls-like games, they're not my favorite genre, but I do like the Star Wars one. But that's probably my least played Star Wars game.
I would call that a Souls-like game. I do not know if I would call that a Souls-like game.
What would you call it? It's certainly not hack and slash. It's a platformer adventure, but it's definitely got Souls-like elements to it.
Hack and slash. It feels like God of War in space.
Which God of War are you speaking of? The modern God of War or classic God of War? Because classic God of War and modern God of War, I don't feel like it feels like classic God of War, because classic God of War is definitely hack and slash. You don't need to even worry about dodging too much. You can just beast through these enemies.
You're right. You need a little bit of strategy.
Yeah, so when you have that little bit of strategy, because if you lose it all. It's like, damn. Because most games, if you die, you keep the experience you had. You just start from your checkpoint. But with Souls-like games specifically, think of Dead Cells, even though that might be more of a Metroidvania. If you lose on Dead Cells, you lose all the souls that you collected, or cells, I don't remember what they call. You lose all the experience. So it's something about trying to go as far as you can and make it to that next checkpoint. That's the goal, excuse me. You want to make it to that next checkpoint so you can save all of the experience that you just got. But yeah, I'm
just going to say that's been a feature in games for so many years.
I would say since Demon's Souls. Demon's Souls really popularized it, and then people got not just the checkpoints. The fact that you'll lose everything, like your experience when you die. Is it Demon's Souls or Dark Souls? Is that first one on PS3 where people started copying that formula of this game is a little bit harder in combat. We got to remember that part too. That's a big element of it. The combat has to be a little bit harder. Not just your normal, like, I could turn my brain off and just kick ass. It's like, damn, this enemy is actually kind of smart. Like Elden Ring. Just think of Elden Ring. That's the most popular, more recent one. You can't just go out there and think you're a beast in Elden Ring. You got to really think, or you're going to get whipped.
Okay.
You played Elden Ring?
Yes.
You good at it?
I mean, what's good at it? I'm fine.
Okay. Like, do you die a lot?
I mean, I die a fair bit. I mean, have you ever played Elden Ring?
I played Elden Ring.
you're gonna die. You're gonna die some.
Exactly.
But
What other game? All right, hold on. Now that you said that, what other game like genre can you say? Oh, you're gonna die. Like if I turn on Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2, I don't know. I just use that because that's on the thumbnail. I don't expect to go in that game and die. I expect to go through that game and press the dodge button or whatever Spidey sense button and never die. Same thing with Batman, which is those aren't hack and slash games at all. Those are open world games, but I don't expect to die.
Arkham is, I would say, it's hack and slash.
Yeah, I don't expect to die in any of those games. If I play Saints Row, I don't expect to die. I expect to just hide around like a little punk, let my health heal, then come back out like, yeah, I spun the block. I thought you was gonna talk all that shit about me. So I never go into a game and expect to die. A Souls-like game, as you just basically said, those games you go in with the expectation you're going to die, which is so funny to say. It reminds me.
I guess if that is the criteria, then okay, I got you.
If you play in Final Fantasy, you don't go in expecting to die. You expect to kick some ass.
I guess.
Yeah. But it reminds me of this old Cat Williams stand-up special where he's talking about riding a motorcycle. It's like, if you ride, you gonna fall. Like, that's just what that makes me think of. It's like, nigga, if you ride, you gonna fall. It's unavoidable. It's just unavoidable. But yeah, they're not my favorite genre. I like the Star Wars one, so that's the easy way to get me to play it, is to make it a Star Wars-ified game. Just like with RTS, real-time strategy games, I don't like real-time strategy games, but I like Star Wars Empire at War and Command and Conquer 3 Red Alert. That's about it. But most strategy games, I like it more turn-based than real-time. There's too much pressure on me. Fire Emblem, no, that's turn-based. That's turn-based because you get a turn.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
That's my favorite strategy game, and it's turn-based, and it's awesome.
Got you. Well, now it's time to sip some tea. Elbow, what rant do you have for me today?
Can I just say, I've been coughing all week. Haven't had a fever. Head don't hurt. Stomach don't hurt. Coughing, bro. It's so annoying.
You've been sleeping with the fan on. Same thing happened to me and the wife in a Lil Cypher.
Yeah, I have the AC on, so that is true.
My wife woke up. She's like, you made me sick. I'm like, how? She's like, you left the AC on. And I'm like, oh, you should have turned it off when I was asleep. Because I turned it on, but by the time I fell asleep, you should have just turned everything off. And I'd have just took the blanket off me and just been less hot.
I don't know if you can hear me muting and unmuting. I'm like hacking up a lung over here.
Oh, no, we don't hear you. Whoa.
Man, I wish I had 750 donuts like this sign says. It says 700.
Oops, sorry.
Some bull crap. That's my rant. Some bull crap.
All right, so my rant is, this is past last week because this episode had got pushed back. I went to the YMCA and I got a membership, and then they give you like a tour of the facility. So while we were getting the tour, we were in the weight room, and the tour person who was with me, he was like, show me all the machines and stuff. And this one guy, or I guess everybody really had AirPods on, kind of just working out, doing their own thing. One guy was like talking to himself a little bit. He's on the phone, not talking to himself, excuse me. But when we were heading out, the tour guide, he tapped the guy on his shoulder because that's the only way he could get his attention, because he had on AirPods. And he said, hey, you have to wear shoes, because there's like a sign that says no clogs, or no Crocs, excuse me. You got to wear actual sneakers. You can't go in there with boots and stuff on. So he just tapped him with his finger, and then the guy, like muscle dude, he was just snapping, and he just proceeds to say, don't fucking punch me, nigga. I'm like, whoa. This escalated quickly. And I told you the guy, I'm trying to think of a name, Ronald. I don't know why that came to me. Ronald only tapped him with his finger. That was it. But the muscle guy just said those words, and he said it like that. And I looked at him, because when he said, touch me, and he was muffled and mumbled, he didn't look black. To be honest, he looked like, what can I say? Maybe a Middle Eastern thing. He ain't look black. He had a little bit of a tan to him, but I'm like, why is he using the N-word in front of me? And I don't think he black. So he just didn't look black to be using the words that he was using. It's one thing to be, upset and mad. and then saying somebody punching you, that's fine. You could be dumb, but then just casually throwing the N word. He said, "Don't fucking punch me, nigga." And the tour guide was white, by the way. I mean, but we know that some people call white people nigga, but it was just weird to me, and I wanted to say something, but I wasn't sure if the tour guide was gonna be more uncomfortable because he had a little bit of a timidness to him, so I didn't want to stretch it out. So he walked away already, so I just walked away.
Timid tour guide?
The tour guide was a bit timid, yeah. So I was
timid tour guide.
Yeah, I didn't want to stretch it all out because, like I said, the tour guide was white, so you being called the N word, and then like he could say, "Nigga, shut up." So it was just weird. And then the original guy who said the N word, I'm like, I don't even think you're supposed to be saying that. But like we talked about this on a previous podcast, when you see injustice, are you supposed to step up? Like, what do? I have my wife and my kid with me, so I wanted to say something, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying something because I'm gonna just be like all drawling about it, and I don't feel like getting kicked out. Like, remember, this was the tour part. I didn't even get the little plastic piece that you scan in with the tag. I don't know what it's called. So I'm still getting the tour while they're printing out all that stuff. I'm like, dang, first day, I'm not going to be out here looking like, yo, you stepping in people's business and stuff. You got to just chill. So I just let it slide. But I wanted to air that person out on the podcast. Like, you're a piece of shit, and I don't think you should be using the N-word. I haven't seen him at the gym since. But
also, don't snap on tour guides.
Yeah.
He's just doing his job, brother. He's just doing his job.
Yeah, he was just telling you to put your shoes on. He was working out in socks, which is dangerous because if you drop a weight, they could be sued. If you drop a weight on your foot, they could be sued. So it was just all unnecessary. And I didn't want to escalate the situation if the tour guy already walked away. All right. Topic number 2. When you're checking out the PlayStation Store or the Steam Store or the Nintendo eShop or the Xbox, whatever they call it, what do you look for in a video game when you're trying to pick out something new? What is it that you're looking for?
First I go to deals. I have a game. I have
a man after my own heart, my man.
So I have games that I'm interested in, but I know I'm not going to pay $60 for them. So first I go to deals, and I look to see if any of the games that I'm interested in are on sale, and if I'm willing to pay the price that they're, But I don't know what interests me about a game, but as soon as I see a trailer for a game, I'm like, oh, I would play that, or I wouldn't play that, and then I just wait to see, when it's going to go on sale. Like Diablo 4, I have not played Diablo yet. I want to play Diablo, but I'm not going to spend $70 on it. It's just not going to happen.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's my process.
For me, art style than gameplay. If I see the trailer, I hate the trailers that are the cinematic ones. Show me straight up gameplay. Like, I need to look at gameplay. So on the Steam store, they'll have like multiple trailers, but sometimes they'll just have pictures. So then I'm seeing, okay, this is the art style, and I can get a rough idea what the game looks like. Then I might type in it if it doesn't have a proper trailer, which most games do on Steam have proper trailers. But if not, I'll go on YouTube and just type in the name of the game, gameplay. Like, I don't want to see your review or all that. Just let me see the raw gameplay, because I'm open to a lot of different games, but I just want to make sure that the gameplay looks fun and the graphics look interesting, because I play some games with a retro art style, some games pixel art style. I think there's definitely art style games that I hate and I don't like, and I gotta pass on them instantly. I don't remember what they're called though. It wouldn't be like 8-bit. Maybe it is 8-bit, but I like I said, pixel art. It's just, some games are ugly to me. Like, this game on screen looks good. This is what, Sea of Thieves. Yeah, Sea of Thieves. Gameplay is fine, so I don't mind if it's first person or third person. Back in the day, I used to hate first person games. Now that I'm older, a while back ago, before I even was older, I was like, I'm okay with first person games, because Fallout helped me get over that, because Fallout lets you choose between first and third person, and then you got to understand there's a reason for both. When it comes to shooting things, you want it to be first person because you'll have less things in your way and you can shoot and just aim better.
But also, if it's third person, you have the sight to see things you normally wouldn't see, though.
When you're hiding behind cover, yep, and then you just bust out and start shooting them. So third person is always
you can only do that in third person.
Yeah, third person's always my preference. That's why sometimes.
But you're right though. Aiming is better in first. You were right about that. But yeah.
That's why sometimes I forgot what Ubisoft has. Ubisoft has a third person shooter, and I cannot think of the name of it, but I know their first person shooter is Far Cry. So Far Cry, I end up playing other games by Ubisoft more. Is it Division? Maybe it's Division. But because I could see the whole character's body versus Far Cry where you only... I just wish Far Cry could let you switch to third person when you're driving, because that would be really great. And I know my friend, shout out to AJ, he's mad at Cyberpunk because you're locked in the first person perspective, but you take all this time to dress up your character and stuff just to never see them unless you use photo mode, and it's hilarious.
So, I liked Far Cry Primal a lot. I played that a lot.
That's the only one I haven't played. That's funny that you say that one of all the ones.
Primal was awesome. It's not like any of the other ones. That's why I like
5 and 3 are the ones I've had the most time in with. 5 is the one that takes place in Montana. 3 takes place in the Himalayas.
What's the one with Gus Fring?
That is 6. 6 I've started. I haven't finished because I'm playing on PC, and I'm playing it a little bit, but I'm also trying to look into a third person mod. Oh, that's another thing. Sorry. I have to add one more thing. When it comes to me like picking out a game, I'll definitely scroll down on Steam and see if it has Workshop, or look on it's called Nexus Mods or something like that. Whatever, Mod Nexus. If it has mods, I'm definitely like interested in it immediately. So things like Sims, Grand Theft Autos, those games that are pixel shooters or pixel racers where you can just get community creations, things like WWE. Like, I like mods and community creations, so that's another thing that I look for. It doesn't have to be a requirement, but it's like, oh, you just took this game up a notch. Like, I think you came to a game night where we were playing Hellish Court, I believe that's the name of it. And even though I
like that game.
Even though I already like it because the gameplay's fine and the graphics are fine, the fact that it had the little Star Wars mod, I'm like, this took it up another level. So mods, gameplay, and graphics.
That's what made me win my championship. That game.
And folks, this is irrelevant, but he is currently a dual champion because he left early like a bum.
No. I got a life and I got things to do.
That's true.
They are sitting around playing video games, but they didn't know that I'm so much better than them at video games. So I had to come in, kick some ass, and then leave like a boss.
He did do that. And then as he left, his stats were outranked by another person. So we have a champion and a false champion or something like that. I forgot what they call it in wrestling.
You can't be the champion unless you beat the champion.
I mean, he won the points, the appropriate amount of points. You weren't there to defend.
Against y'all.
He is the
against a bunch of bums.
Interim
Once
champion. I remember
what
it's called. I remember what it's called now. I think they use it in boxing and in wrestling. It's the interim champion. That's what it's called.
Yeah, interim.
Oh yeah, all right. Don't you hear him? Y'all hear him? He talking about yeah. Don't get excited. It's only interim because you left like a bum. Just keep that in mind, please.
Nah, I left like a champion.
I don't know if I agree on
y'all
that.
on I'm the champ. Y'all on my time.
Well, y'all hear him. Game night, folks, for those who are watching, I might try to see if I can record, not the audio, but just the visual. Game night will be on Sunday, so he has another chance to, I think the first match on the match card, not the main event, because I know he might sneak out and leave early, is to decide who's the one true king. The one true king. It's going to be funny. All right, coming up next, we have Guess the Movie. Wait, let me make sure that I didn't skip anything. Ad time. So this episode of Talking in Teacups is brought to you by CyphersPit.com, your news from the nerdy side of the internet. All right, now, topic number 3. It's time for Guess the Movie. I'm going to put that on screen right now. We're going to do, what's that, window capture? Because I forgot which one it goes under. Yeah, that one right there. And we're going to make this full screen view. Bam. And I'm going to just put our Discord heads above this guy.
So I'm not, should I go to YouTube?
Oh yeah, I forgot because you can't see. Yes, open up your YouTube.
Hold on, let me
Because
see.
lately, the
I'll
reason
play
why he's doing
Minecraft.
that, folks, lately when I've been recording this, ever since I started that Talking Wrestling 5-Star Frog Pod, ever since I tried to share my stream, for some reason my keyboard, I think it's because I have this one-handed keyboard plugged in and so many things plugged in, my keyboards lock up. It's a weird OBS thing, so now he just got to go on YouTube. So this is Guess the Movie, episode 12. Obviously, we've done more, and this is... Oh, I need another window. Hold on just a second. Let me take this off the screen, because I'm going to need to see the clues. So this one's trickier because instead of using anime, I decided to use, what is this called? The Pixar type thing. They called it movie poster. They always give it some generic name to not get copyright sued. So let me scroll down
All right, I'm
here.
here.
Let me get this back to full screen then. Oops. Okay, well, here is the first image, and I've accidentally clicked the first clue. So your first clue is this character made their first appearance in a game. These are all game characters in 2015, and this is still coming from the 50 most iconic video game characters list made by Games Radar. So if you're like, this character is not iconic, don't worry, I didn't pick them. I didn't pick them at all. None of these characters.
Okay. Right. Just so you know, I am running behind. So while you're doing the clue, that's probably good because it's gonna take a little time for me to catch up to the stream.
All right, and the next
But
clue
I'm looking at this,
yeah, the
and let me
next
just say, I have no idea who the heck this is.
Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. I don't even know who it is, which is why I had to unfortunately pull out my cell phone to remember the clues. The next clue is this character is from, or they made a notable appearance, Life is Strange. So, if you don't know it at that point, I just can't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to pass on this one.
This is Chloe Price. Chloe Price from Life
Never
is Strange.
heard of her.
Never heard of her either. Never heard of her either. All right, this next game.
How the hell was I supposed to get her from that?
Right? That's that stupid Pixar style. I don't think I'm going to use that no more. I was trying to see if I can use anything other than anime, but anime seems to be the only way to go for real, for real. So this one's going to be a wash, episode 12, because you're going to see a lot of that art style. This is Lego art style because the Pixar art style made a completely different image, and I was like, I can't use that. This is already difficult to tell who this is. Your first clue.
So it's all blurry on my screen. I have no idea who the heck this is.
No worries.
Sorry, what's my first
Your
clue?
first clue is this character made their first appearance in 2011, even though technically the beta was 2009, but that's what Games Radar put as 2011.
Okay.
And we're talking 50 most iconic characters. Next clue, this is a open world survival game. And it is available for all consoles and PC.
Open world survival.
Open world survival game.
2011.
2011, available on all consoles. One of the big three decided to purchase the rights to the game.
Am I going to feel stupid when I don't get this?
You are. Microsoft bought the rights to the game. It was an indie game.
It's not Just Cause, is it?
We got a guess for Just Cause. Let's see what the answer is. No, you damn fool. It was Minecraft. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do you like that.
Bro, that looked... First of all, Minecraft is already blocky.
Right. I thought Lego would have done it justice.
That don't look nothing like Minecraft, bro.
No justice. All right, your first clue. This game actually came out in 2011. There was no beta.
2011? I was going to guess Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro the Dragon? Almost. The game does center around dragons. So if you know the name of this dragon, that would be great. If you know the name of the game, that would be good. This
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age. I think after the second guess, I'm gonna start revealing it. So, Dragon Age. Let's see. Do we have Dragon Age? This is not Dragon Age. This is Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and this is Alduin. Alduin. I had to write that down because I'm like, I don't know who Alduin is.
Pixar straight up screws these
Yeah,
guys over.
Pixar is super trash. Pixar is super duper trash. All right, first clue.
This one's hard.
This game.
This is probably the worst one that I've ever had.
Hold on, don't let me laugh. This game this character from this game made their first appearance in 2000. That was the year of the Y2K bug. That's when we all got stuck in the Matrix collectively. We all got dumb. This game series has been on numerous console generations and PC. So you're talking PS2, PS3, PS4, and I think that's it. Because technically they don't have a PS5 version of this game.
Am I gonna feel stupid when I don't get it?
Not too much, because it's on some BS. This game is known for its expensive and numerous DLCs. And some of the DLCs are broken into stuff, expansions, and what do they call the other one?
There's so many games for expensive DLC.
Yeah, but they have their DLC broken into 3 different categories: stuff, expansions, and I forgot the third thing they call it. I don't really have too many other clues. Alright, in this game, you control a character and you tell them what to do.
That's every game.
But in this game, you tell your characters when and where to pee.
Wait, to pee?
To pee.
Is it The Sims?
Is it The Sims? Let's go Sims. It is The Sims. This is Bella Goth from the Sims collection. The Sims franchise. I told you that was going to be on some BS. Now this one is a blurry, ugly mess. First clue. The character that you're looking for is on the left. So if you're thinking that it's the character on the right, that is not the character we're talking about. We're talking about the character on the left, which probably doesn't help either, because it doesn't help.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't help to me. In this game, it takes place in a fantasy setting. So this game takes place in a fantasy setting. This game is from the year, or first appearance in the year 2008. It was an Xbox game, a Microsoft game, if you will, because it might have also been on PC. I don't know if he's going to ding me points for that. So it's a Microsoft game. And in this game, you tell your character what to do. You control your character.
Stop saying this. Crap.
This game can be played with two play. The dog? Is that what you said? Because if that's what you said, that is correct.
No,
it is the dog.
Wait,
the dog from Fable 2. That's the character's name. What? Dog. Yep.
You are insane, man.
They blame Games Radar, not me. That is their list. I wasn't going to do it. Remember, the last time we did this, I skipped over the dumb ones. I've added the dumb ones in. They're not dumb, sorry. The ones that aren't as iconic to me and you. But these are considered iconic characters. First,
this is the Slytherin guy from Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm going to just keep going. Slytherin guy from Hogwarts Legacy. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. This is Dorian Pavis from Dragon Age Inquisition. Got that one wrong.
Not Dragon Age.
Yeah, Dragon Age. Because it's funny because you mentioned it earlier.
Me over with that one.
Yep.
They screwed me over.
Alright, first hint. This is not Blue Beetle.
This is Just Cause.
Just Cause. That is the actual Just Cause pose, but no, this is not Just Cause. This is somehow Doom guy from Doom. Right?
That
I know.
Doom?
I know. It's embarrassingly crazy. Alright, next game.
This is insane.
This is, I believe, Sir Fresh's favorite franchise. That's your clue, and that's a personal clue.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. That is correct. I'm giving you good hints this time. All right,
this is actually probably the only one I would have actually guessed correctly
without the clue. I don't really have clues from this. This character is not iconic to me, but the game first came out in 2002. Or first game appearance. This character came out in 2002. The game had I don't know if this is the one that's the MMO, but the series is most notable for being an MMO, is what I'll say. And there was a character.
Most notable?
Yeah, most notable. because the game used to be a RTS, I believe, because I remember playing one of them that was an RTS, and then it switched to an MMO. How do you even do that? I guess it's the same thing because they both have real time
Final
combat.
Fantasy?
All right, Final Fantasy. Let's see if we got Final Fantasy. No, this is Sylvanas Windrunner from World of Warcraft. You know that character? I don't think you know that
How the hell
character.
did they turn her into that?
Right? Pixar sucks. All right, this is the last one, and this game is from. I would say this is the closest to an original Souls-like game before Souls-like came out, but this was actually labeled as a hack and slash from the PS2 era, 2001, and this is a franchise that had at least 3 numbered games in the series, because there might have been another one, but I know there were 3. In the third game in the series, they had an actor, a Hollywood actor, the same guy who played, I want to say it's the hitman or the assassin. I don't remember his name. Jun Luke.
Who?
Do you remember a game from PS2 where in the third game in the franchise they hired a Hollywood actor to also be a main character?
Nope.
A French guy.
I hate French people.
All right. This
always bust their butts in the Olympics today.
In this game, it's during samurai times. I don't know what that's called. Dynasty times?
Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors. Let's see if we got that on the board. No, this is Onimusha, and this is Seminosuke Akechi.
Oh,
I told you.
This was a horrible one.
I told you.
This was horrible.
I told you. When I made it, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm already down the rabbit hole of horribleness. I got to just live with it. Because once I did Pixar, because that was the first one. Technically, the last one you saw was the first one I did. I just put them in reverse order. I was like, oh, I'm cooked. It's no way this is going to be a good episode of Guess the Movie. But it was like, I'm too late in now. I can't back down. But I did on some of them because I did Lego instead of Pixar. Because Pixar was coming up with things that were very, very far from the original image. And I'm like, oh, I hate this. All right, let's go to Fresh Off the Pot.
What else is Disney known for?
Let's talk about some viewer mail. So we had Shani on our last episode. She put hashtag TNT, and then she put the laughing emoji, laughing crying emoji. Thank you very much, Shani. We find ourselves very funny too. Then we also have Benny the Blob video. We had iHeart Dash says, yo, you got 9K subs. Are you doing a face reveal anytime soon? Sure. If we get to 10K subs, F it. I'll do a face reveal. I wanted to wait until we got 1 million or at least 100,000 subs, but subs are getting low and people.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, people somehow want to see the face, so whatever, it's fine. I'll probably still wear a mask. How about that? You'll get a body reveal, but I'll wear the face. Wear the mask in a Dr. Disrespect kind of way. Well, that's the worst person I probably could have named just now, but that's the only person I could think of that's.
Who the heck wants to see your body? You don't have any breasts.
Not in that way, but I can't think of another streamer / like online personality that shows themselves but don't really show themselves. I know Dr. Disrespect wears the glasses and the fake mustache. Who else wears a mask? I don't know. And Little Cypher just burst in. Any thoughts?
I know a lot of adult stars who show themselves but don't really show themselves.
Little Cypher, any thoughts you want to say? Don't touch the mic. Just talk. Say something. No, that's fine. Any other viewer mail? We got So Funny on my dad joke, which, by the way, I hope you watch that video of my dad jokes because people like them. They're hilarious.
Well, if you say so.
Yeah. And then on our most recent video, Let's Talk About Deadpool, we had Freddie Jones say, Ahoy, Maloy. Ahoy, Maloy, back to you, brother. Ahoy, Maloy, back to you. All right. Next up, we have Gunline. Take us to the Gunline, boss.
All right, we got a person here who was not arrested, but he did get shot right in the face. And that's the guy who shot Trump. And we weren't here last Saturday, but last Saturday, my man Trump got shot in the ear. My man tried to smoke Trump. His name was Thomas Crooks. And, bro, shot Trump? Crazy thing is, the internet has been roasting dude. They talk about how when he was in high school, he tried to make the marksman team, but he got taken off the team because his aim was so bad.
A little bit of foreshadowing there.
I was about to say, yeah, they said that his aim was so bad it was literally dangerous for him to be on the marksman team.
Oh my goodness.
So that's pretty hilarious. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They've been roasting him online. They called him. So I don't know if I can say this on the internet, but they called him Retardy Oswald.
Oh shit.
Um,
All right, that actually got a laugh out of me. That was funny.
um,
Wow.
so that's pretty funny, but it's also messed up. That's the funniest part about this whole thing is that they just been killing my man online.
I'm on Reddit and even I didn't see that one. That one was a funny one. That was crazy. Damn. Dang.
Retardy Oswald.
Oh, don't double dip. Don't double dip on that one. That's one of the ones that's too crazy. Wow. Well, thank you for that. Line them up and shoot them down. All right. Topic of the show. During the 90s console war, it was a good time. We had crazy rap beefs and we had crazy console wars. Which side of the console wars were you on? Nintendo, Sony, or Sega?
I would say for handheld, I was strictly Nintendo, and for console, I was strictly Sony.
Fair enough.
We had a lot of we had the 64, obviously, we had the Xbox, like we had a lot of games, but my favorite games were always PlayStation.
Yeah, I was on Team Sony as well in the 90s. I mean, even really
Yeah,
up until the
the
20
PlayStation was so awesome.
yeah, 2010s, that's when I started being PC. That's when I realized the greatness of PC, but anytime before that it was all PlayStation. Nintendo was fine, but it didn't have Uncharted, it didn't have Metal Gear, it didn't have Tekken. Like Nintendo just lacked those games that I wanted. And Xbox was
Metal
never
Gear
even a
Solid
factor.
2, when that came out on PlayStation 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, oh my gosh, I was like, this is the greatest game ever. Like, it
Yeah.
was
Metal Gear
awesome.
Solid 2 is funny because in that first beginning part, I was thinking this was the game, and then after I do the tanker mission, shit got crazy. I'm like, all right, I'll play this riding guy for a little bit. Then you see, I think the other guy's name is Snake Plissken, his mentor, and I'm like, I want to play as
Pliskin.
him. Yeah,
They only call him Pliskin. Snake Plissken is the character from Escape from New York, and they're trying to. It's a whole
oh, it's a little
play.
a little
It's
Easter
funny.
egg. Yeah. So you
Yeah,
run into
yeah.
Plisken, and I'm like, I think I'd rather play as Plisken. That guy seems way cooler. Colonel, can I switch to him? Colonel's like, no, shut up. I may or may not
Raiden
even
was
be
cool
here.
though.
He was alright.
Raiden was cool.
He was alright. He wasn't who I was used to from Metal Gear Solid 1. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, he was cool though. I mean, he was cool, but Snake is like he's the definition of an infiltrator. Like you sneak around. Like, but Raiden was like early 2000s, late 90s, kind of like fashion,
Long
cool.
hair,
You feel me?
doing cartwheels and stuff.
Doing the flips, like just like lighter and sleeker. Like he was cool, but he wasn't Snake.
Vamp thought was Vamp the no? Who was the one where the bullets go around them? Was that Vamp or somebody else?
No, when the bullets go around her name is
Mercy, Fortune.
no,
It is Fortune. Yeah,
Fortune.
Fortune thought she was the shit. I'm sorry, spoilers for this old ass game, but Fortune. Let me tell you the sad story about Fortune. I don't know much because it's been a while, but Fortune thought she was the shit. Oh, I just wish I could die, but no bullets can ever hit me. No, dummy. They tricked you with nanobots. Turn them bitches off. She got shot. Ah, damn. I swear I was that. I swear I was that shit. Oh man, poor Fortune. Rest in peace. Vamp was actually about business though. Vamp stood on business because Vamp was going toe to toe with Raiden. Like, yo, dog, you thought you the only one?
Dude, M got shot in the face several times in that game. He also got killed in the first one.
Talking about Vamp?
Say killed with quotes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed is with quotes. But
Gotcha.
yeah, he also got shot several times in the face, like right in the face.
Tisk. But yeah, Sony for me. Sony up until PC. It was never Xbox. Xbox had Fable and Gears of War, and I was very interested in Halo, but it was never enough to make me want to switch over. The original Xbox was cool because I think you could burn CDs to it, and then PS3 let you do not burn CDs, but you could put a flash drive in it and save the stuff to it. Sony hasn't. Is that my phone again? Sorry. Sony hasn't been the same since
Here's what
PS3.
Xbox also won. They say the same with 64. They had 4 controller slots right,
Oh,
from the beginning.
yep. Original Xbox console
And
did have that.
Yeah, it's three of us in the house, and we obviously have friends over all the time, so that was a lot of fun. I would say that's where Xbox and Nintendo were beating Sony.
And I think original
Uh,
Xbox, after you burnt the CDs, you could play the music while playing the game ahead of their time. Ahead of their time. Early Spotify stuff right there. In fact, we'll call it LimeWire. So yeah, Xbox was doing some great things. PS3 was the best console of all time because, like I said, you could put your like movies from your flash drive onto the actual console, and
onto
then
the game. Yep, yep.
and PS4 stopped doing that, and then I started getting less interested, and then PS5 came out, and the only reason I got a PS5 was for the Spider-Man one, just because I had the PS4 Spider-Man one. Haven't touched my PS5 since. It looks pretty, but I don't play it.
But the PS3, you also had like those interactive background. I felt like everybody's PS3 was so unique to them.
Yeah, PS3 was
Like
the
the
peak of console
PS4,
gaming.
yeah. If you cut on a PS4, it looks like a PS4. Same thing with a five, it looks like a PS5. If you cut on somebody's PS3, you never know what it's going to look like.
The
It's
icons are
just
different.
totally
Yeah.
unique. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, PS3 was, I guess you could say, the closest to a computer because I just thought about it. On a computer, you can put the movies and stuff on it. So I never even thought about it till literally just now. That's probably what PS3 really, it gave the user of the console more freedom. And then PS4, I just don't understand why they took that stuff out because you already had it. There's no need to remove that feature unless it's a licensing issue or maybe that feature
But
was
you do
used to
know,
jailbreak it. So there's like, oh no, we're going to take this stuff out.
you do know that PS3 was the only one that lost the battle in the console war.
Because of the complex ass cell architecture. So developers were having a harder time making games for it. Yeah, for sure.
Also, they went up against the 360. Now, the 360 is a good machine. I like the 360, but
If
as a
if you want
machine
something to
itself,
overheat,
is not
sure.
that good.
Yeah, I was about to say if you want something to
If you
overheat.
move the game with your game in it, it just straight up destroys your disc.
Yep. Get that perfect circle
That's
around it.
that's crazy. The PS4, the PS3, you could damn near pass it to your brother while the game is playing.
Chunky or slim, by the way. Maybe not slim. There was a slim one that had this really weird, like the top slid off, or not slid off, slid to the left. That one's
I
probably a
hated
bit
that
more
one. Yeah,
janky.
yeah, I hated that one. But the Xbox 360, if it's standing up and somebody bumps it, the disc just goes
That happened to me with either
like
UFC or Left 4 Dead. My cat at the time knocked it. I don't. It was my fault because at that time I worked at GameStop, so I knew better. But I had my console standing vertically. Cat came, knocked it over to horizontal position like a dumb cat, like they always do, and put the ring right on my CD. I just don't remember which game it was, but I remember being mad. Like damn. And GameStop was eating. They was eating off of that fact. That's why they came out with the GPGs, the gameplay guarantee or whatever they call it, like whatever it stands for.
yeah.
Basically, you pay $3 when you buy the disc, and then they'll take it back. Man, some stuff. All right. Before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your weekend, any final thoughts?
No, I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
All right, man. Same black time, same black channel, and don't forget use hashtag TNT. We'll read your comment on air as long as it's not too crazy, and we'll read your topic too. Well, we out.